As the U.S. Senate debates President Donald Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill, groups opposed to the plan bringing a bus tour to Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson's hometown. The Stop the Billionaire Giveaway bus tour making a stop in Oshkosh this afternoon. Senator Johnson had been a Republican holdout on the bill, but he did vote to allow it to advance over the weekend. He's now pushing for deeper cuts. The group running the bus tour is asking him to reconsider, saying Congress is cutting Medicaid aid and food benefits to give handouts to the wealthy.
Being here right now in this moment to push back against a terrible piece of legislation and to ask him to please reconsider his position is massively important.
Senator Johnson issuing a statement today saying he's convinced that President Trump will support his efforts to put America on a path to fiscal stability.